record. Awesome. So let's see where we left yesterday. Yesterday we were taking a look at the Zoopla. Oh yeah, today we are just going to take a look a little bit on how to publish a package. It's going to be one of the latest step on the one of the latest steps on the software design testing. But I think it's something that is quite cool. So you can publish a package. Anyone that is using Python can download it and can benefit from what you already done. So yeah, we have here the Zoopla package. We have the scraper with everything that we imported yesterday. Let me just that. I'm just going to select a different interpreter. Select interpreter. Where are you? Select interpreter, and let's go with the base one. Cool. So now nothing's complaining anymore. All right. So we had the scraper. We also had the test. Sorry, actually this shouldn't be here, but this test here, in which we were trying to see if whatever we were doing was going to last or was going to still work even after they changed the website. As we saw, they changed Zoopla, so we needed to make some changes, and that's a good thing that happened when you are making thorough unit test. You can see, or you can pinpoint where your scraper or where your application is failing. Cool. So let's just go to the last step of this demo, because I should have finished it by Monday, and here we are. It's Wednesday and I haven't finished yet. So I'm going to put my scraper into a package. So let's call it package one. Well, let's call it something a little bit more sensible. Sorry. So scraper package, and I'm going to move basically. Oops, sorry, it shouldn't be at this level. I'm going to move my scraper inside that scraper package, and to extensions. Okay, don't care. And inside here, I'm going to now put the init.py. As I said, init is not actually necessary for Python to detect that this folder is actually going to be a package, but it will be helpful for something that I'm going to show you now. Now, what I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to rely on a file that you have access to as well on the content. So if you go to software design testing, this should be the most project tool lesson. Sorry, software design testing. If you go to this module, there's a lesson called project structure. If you go to the notebook, you will see basically what you have to do here, just to get started with how to structure your project. In this case, if you run this, oh, sorry, I accidentally used. There we go. Nice. So if you run that file, if you run this cell, you will download a zip file that if I pin containing folder. For some reason it's not opening. What's happening? Oh, here it is. Okay, so here you will find a file called setup.py. This setup.py is going to be it's going to help you just to polish your package. It's going to give you all the instructions, or better said, it's going to give Python the necessary instruction for creating the distribution files. So a distribution file is basically a file that you can publish, and you can, as the name suggests, you can distribute amongst different users. So I'm just gonna copy this. I'm not going to worry about it a lot. And I'm going to go to my Zoopla, and I'm going to create my setup.py file. So here I'm going to paste what I just copied, and here, well, let me explain you a little bit on this setup. So setup is going to, as I mentioned, is going to create the distribution files. So that distribution file needs to get some information inside it. First, what's the name of the package, or what's the name of the package that you want to publish? What's the version of the package? Just a small description of it. Then where they can find that, apart from PyPy, where users can find this package. In this case, it's not necessary, so I'm just going to comment that out. Who's the author? What type of license it has? Not necessary. Just gonna comment that out. What packages do you need to install to make your package, or sorry, what libraries do you need to install to make sure that your package is working? And finally, and this is going to be a something quite, well, it's going to be a trick here, what I'm doing here. It's going to be defining the packages that you are actually publishing. In this case, you can write the name of the package that is at the same level of your setup. So this is where all the init and all the folders that I've been telling you during the last demos comes into play. In this case, what we actually want to just publish is going to be a scraper package. So here we can just go with scraper package, okay, and that will do it. That will basically do it. But sometimes you will need to publish a lot of packages. So maybe it's not only scraper package. Maybe you have something inside scraper package that is another sub package, or maybe you have another I don't know. Maybe you want to publish test in the same package, or in the same library. Sorry, in the same library. So instead of just defining a single package to be published, you can use this function here, find packages, and it will find all those folders that contains an init method, an init file inside. That's why I included init in this case, because if it doesn't include it, setup.py here, sorry, delete, setup.py we'll just ignore it. We'll just assume that the scraper package is a regular folder. It's not a package. So we include find packages to detect what folders inside it, inside the same level of directory, contains an init file inside it. And that's basically it. Let me just change the name of it, because otherwise this is going to upload something wrong. I'm going to call it Zoopla scraper test, for example, version 001, and the description will say test package that scrapes Zoopla. Okay, so with all of that, we are ready to publish our package. So go to the terminal, and from the terminal, we are going to start running a couple of commands just to make the distribution files. Open integrated terminal. And here we are going to say Python setup.py, and then we are going to put, well, actually, if you run setup.py, it will basically install everything inside your computer, but you already have that in your computer, so it's not necessary. Let's see what options we have for setup.py. If we run setup.py, you can see that you can build, you can install. There's a lot of things that you can do. And you can give a name, for example, you can give the name of the package from the command line. Just take a look at the documentation. But in this case, what we want to do is, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's included in this documentation. So let's take a look at the documentation of build. Setup.py build help. Cool. I think it's basically giving me the same thing. Yep, but for some reason it's not included here. But what you need to include here is as this. Sorry, what was the command? Let me just ask Stack Overflow that usually has the solution. Well, actually, let's go to the content now. Now that we have it, why not asking this thing here? Yeah, as you can see, all the instructions that I'm giving you right now here can also be referred back in this. Oh yeah, I was just adding a dash. Basically, the commands that I'm showing you now are already included in the content. So yeah, once again, instead of that, sorry about the dash. Cool. Now, after running that, we can see that we have a new folder. That folder is called dist, and that dist stands for distribution. So inside there, we have the distribution files that I've been talking a lot about lately, and those are the files that are going to be published on PyPy. Now, we cannot just publish something to PyPy if it's not a distribution file. So that's why we need to first create the distribution files, and once they are created, we will be able to push all those files into the PyPy repository. So let's do that. First of all, you will need to install Twine. Pip install Twine. In my case, I'm not sure if it's already installed. Probably it is. But once it's installed, once Twine is installed, we'll be ready to say Twine upload. And now what we want to upload? We want to upload the distribution file or everything. Well, for now, it will be everything inside the distribution folder. So it will be test / and you know that the asterisk will correspond to the wildcard of of a wildcard basically. So it's basically saying that just upload everything inside the distribution folder. Now it's trying to upload in, but first I will need to include my credentials on PyPy. Before I do that, let me just connect to PyPy.
Are you on mute, Ivan, or is it just me? Is my sound gone?
Yep. Sorry about that. What was the last thing you could hear?
I think you were gone about 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah, you were just logging into PyPy.
Oh gosh, sorry about that. Sorry. So once again, I was saying that I just logging into PyPy just to show you that I don't have any package name. What was the name again? Zoopla scraper test. So yeah, we have Aircore Hangman, Aircore Notebook, Aircore Christmas. Yeah, that was actually one joke that we made. Aircore Notebook tools, but nothing regarding Zoopla. So once we do this, first of all, I forgot to mention that if you want to upload something to PyPy, you have to create an account on PyPy, but it's just 1 minute. It's just giving you a username and password, and that's it. So yeah, enter username, and now my password. And just like magic, my scraper is there. Cool. And now if you open your terminal, if you go to your terminal, I'm in this case, I'm going to activate any other terminal. I'm going to actually create a new terminal just to show you that I can install the new package into that terminal. Sorry, into that. Oh, sorry. I'm going to create a new virtual environment just to show you that I can install my package inside that virtual environment. So new and test. Yes. Activate new and test. And here I can just go to this package, manage. Oh, sorry, it should be view here. And I can copy this, copy, and I can paste that. All right, sorry, conda install pip. And it will install pip inside this new virtual environment, and then we will be able to pip install that. Good. All right. So conda list, and you can see that we have this Zoopla scraper test. And that's it. That's how easy it is to make, well, just to put your package into the cloud so anyone can use it. And yeah, you're contributing to the Python community. Just feel proud of it.
I've just followed along and installed it.
I'm sorry?
I just followed along and
Mhm.
installed it. That's
Yep.
just blown my mind that you can just shove that up into the cloud. There's no review on anything. It might be a super destructive piece of code or whatever.
I know,
and
right?
you've chucked it up there, and yeah, people can pip install it. So how do you guarantee that you've got a unique name? If you try and upload it with a non-unique name, does it throw up an error?
Yeah. Let's say I'm going to find any other project, any other library, for example. I think probably you have heard about this strange library called Pandas. It's quite unique. It's quite new. So let's try to upload a package named Pandas and see what happens. So I'm going to remove this and to say name Pandas, save it, and I'm going to create another distribution file using Python setup assist. Cool. And Pandas here. So if I try to do that, if I try to upload that, try and upload. Now, instead of using the wildcard, I'm going to go with pandas 001 or all that. Yep, there we go. It's giving us a 403 error, basically because that package or that library already exists. So yeah, you cannot overwrite something that that other people previously uploaded. By the way, if you try to run this, probably it's not going to work now that I think about it, mainly because let me move this. Where's the package here? Basically, because I just told the package, I just told the setup to install request and beautiful soup. But as you can see, it's basically depending, or it's basically relying on Selenium and WebDriver Manager. So let's change that. Test scraper. Oh, sorry. Setup. Instead of request, I'm going to put WebDriver Manager, and instead of beautiful soup, I'm going to make the user install Selenium. Good. So let me save it, and let me create a new distribution file. Oh, sorry. Let's change the version, because right now it's going to be different. And as you can see, now we have another Zoopla scraper test 002. So let's publish that. And this will be Zoopla 002. Once again, my username and my password. There we go. So now if you download it, if you go go with pip install zoo plus scraper test, this will work. This should work unless I forgot to install something, but looks like I installed everything that this package needs. So now, just one more thing on this, just one more thing before we move on to your questions, is that let me close VS Code, open that back, install here. What's the version again? Forgot it. 002, right? Let's just test that and the new version is up and running. Yeah, 002. And terminal, install that, but in this case, let's say upgrade. Okay. Nope, still not uploaded. Might take a minute more or less whenever you push a new change, a new version. So, well, the reason I'm saying all of this is because when you try to import this into your file, you don't have to import zoo plus scraper test. You have to import the name of the package that you actually uploaded. This my package, or at least the library that I published, is named zoo plus scraper test, but the actual package is this folder here. This is the only thing that I published. And whenever I need to install whenever I need to import something, that will refer, or that should refer to this scraper package. So let's see if I can upgrade now the latest version. Yes, now I have 002. You can see that is installing new things. Probably is installing Selenium and WebDriver Manager. So let's go and open a new notebook, and let's select the environment that I just created. It was new environment test. And yeah, as I was mentioning, if I try to say import Zoopla scraper test. Oh, sorry, I actually need to install IPyKernel. Forget about that. Let's see how long it takes, but I can tell you that this is not going to work. This is going to say that this package couldn't be found. Yeah, no module named Zoopla. But well, now that I think about it, okay. Yeah, this is going to be funny because this is not what I wanted to do. Now, if I do this, this will work, but currently, sorry about it. Currently is working because I have a scraper package at in the same directory. So let me open a new folder here, for example, and I'm going to call it and I'm going to create a new notebook here. You can see that this notebook is isolated. There's nothing inside. There's nothing inside this folder. So if I try to import something, if I try to import, what was it? Scraper package. I'm going to select the base environment. In this environment, I haven't installed the Zoopla scraper. So yeah, of course, this is not working. I'm here in test IPYNB, but that test is a completely different folder from this other notebook. So it cannot find scraper package, and at the same time, it cannot find scraper package in the Python path. So we can, since we installed Zoopla scraper inside new environment test, this should be found in. Yep, now it's not throwing any error. That's because in this virtual environment we installed Zoopla scraper test, and what this Zoopla scraper test was actually installing was this package. So let's see, help. And let's see if actually it's working. Zoopla scraper. Oh, it should be scraper. It should be scraper package. Cool. Yeah, looks like it's working. The package is what do we have inside it? It has a script name scraper, and it can be found, as you can see, in this virtual environment. And if we dig a little bit deeper, if we dig a little bit deeper, we can go with scraper. Oh, sorry. From there, import scraper, which is the file that should be inside the scraper package. And if we take a look at scraper, yep, now we have our class. We have the class scraper and the scraper Zoopla. So yeah, looks like everything was installed correctly. And yeah, you can always go to your terminal, go with this pip install Zoopla scraper test, just to take a look at my code if you have any doubt. But probably it's not going to be really helpful by now, because probably you already have a much more powerful scraper. Okay, yep. So that's me. That's I think that's enough talking from my side. It's time for your questions. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to say? Any?
I just had a quick one
Yep.
around when you create the setup file.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts did you put it, and does it matter where you put it?
Yes, it has to be in the same directory. It has to be in the same directory where you can find your package. Let me close a couple of things here. Okay, yeah. So you can see that this setup file is at the same level as scraper package.
Okay, yeah, I see now. I think, yeah, I was looking at it and I thought originally I thought it was in the test folder, but no, it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, and yes, another thing that I want to, I'm not going to show that now. I'm just going to explain that if you include an init file inside the test, if you include here init .py, if you include that file inside test, yes, I want. Oh, we already had it. I didn't notice, but yeah, in that case, if you include this init py, when you run this setup.py, find packages will consider test as a package.
So just checking my understanding again, then, does that mean when you go to PyPy, it will have one name, but when you install it, it will install both packages?
Yes.
The test and the scraper as two separate things.
Yeah, actually, let's try that out here. Test.ipynb. I think init was here. I'm not sure if it was here, but let's assume that it was there. So I should be able to import test. Yes. Okay, test was there, and let's take a look at its content. So help test and module reference packages content support test script helper test support mini conda environments new environment test. Yep, yeah, looks like it's there. Not exactly sure what this is, to be honest. Not sure what has been published, but something weird was published under this name, basically because I had this init file inside test. But as you can see in this environment, new environment test, the only thing that I published was pip and a Zoopla scraper. So this test corresponds to this one. I'm not exactly sure what this is doing. Test support. Maybe it's another test now that I see it. But well, anyway, it's not something that you should worry about. Just try to avoid included in it, or if you have to include in it, in setup, make sure that you don't use find packages. You use a list with the name of the packages that you want to publish. In this case, it will be a scraper, scraper package. Just like that, you avoid publishing tests, for example. Cool. All right, any other question?
When you were looking through your folder structure and you found your setup.py, where did that folder structure come from? You said it was in the resources, but I couldn't find it on the portal.
You could find. Sorry, say that again. Oh yeah. Sorry. You meant this file here that I downloaded earlier, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, cool. So let's go to the portal. I'll show you around. So content library. Well, actually, let's go to the project. It should be data collection. Sorry about the resolution on my screen. I'm getting blind just by watching so big letters. So documenting and testing. It should be here, software design testing. And here in topic 7, software design and testing, if you take a look at project structure, actually the video was basically another demo how to publish a package in PyPy, but I think I explain a couple of things more today.
Okay, so
Anyway,
yeah, that is
you go here.
That's the one I found. I stuck a link to it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I was digging around. I was trying to find it, but that's good. I was in the right place. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and then you just run this, and if you're on Colab, then the files that you are going to download. Usually, I included a lot of this thing here. So if you need to import or if you need to rely on, let's say, other scripts, you will see this command here, wget, which basically downloads a file in this directory. You can see the content of this directory here. And now you can see that there's a structured sample.zip, and you can download it. Yep. And here are all the packages. Sorry, here are all the files that you need to get started with this. Basically, setup.py will be the most important one, and you can add as many things as you want in setup. There are a lot of, tons of arguments that you can pass to setup. But in this case, I wanted to keep it simple, and I just gave you like let's say the crucial arguments that you have to pass. Cool, but yeah, if you follow the content, if you follow the notebook, you will see that basically what I just told you now can be seen in the content, but with a different sample. If you follow all the content, you will see that you will be publishing a package just to see the date of birth of different celebrities, or the other way around. Sorry, you pass a date, and you can see all the celebrities that were born that day. So yeah, it's a nice practice. Cool. More questions? We have 2 minutes left, so still more questions.
I had one which wasn't specific to this demo, but one.
Yeah, of course.
Is that okay?
Yeah. This, we are trying to get as many questions as possible regardless of the demo that we are running that day, as long as it's, let's say, related to the content or the project, that will be cool.
Okay. I'm setting up my unit tests right now. and I'm wondering if I'm getting the expected behavior or I'm possibly doing something wrong. But what I'm experiencing is that my scraper's created a new instance to run each test. So it opens up Chrome, it does that.
Okay, yeah.
It closes it and then opens it up again.
Yep.
Is that what I should expect, or have I missed?
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's the expected behavior of your unit test. Where did I put my test from yesterday? Bing, boom. All right. Yeah, in this case, if you remember from yesterday, first it was accepting the cookies, and as soon as it finished accepting the cookies, it opened a new instance of Chrome. And then it will do the same, but in this case, it will do a little bit something a little bit more complete, so to speak. In this case, it will just scrape the properties and all of that, but in a completely different instance.
Okay. So would it be good practice to run that in headless mode so you didn't see it?
I mean, ideally, once you finish your project, or once you finish, well, not finishing, let's say, once you're happy with the edge paths and all the things that you want to extract, you should be just aiming for running everything on headless mode, because that consumes much less resources, much fewer resources. And yeah, if you have, let's say, 10 different tests, opening 10 instances of Chrome, yeah, we all know that Chrome is going to eat up your whole RAM memory. So
yeah, that's the problem I'm getting. I'm finding whenever I run, well, occasionally when I run Selenium and got Zoom open, I get
yeah,
crashing.
that's terrible. Yep.
So
And eventually you will have to upload the package to an EC2 instance, and EC2 instance is not going to allow you to use any graphical user interface. So you will have to run that in headless mode either way.
okay, thanks. That's helpful.
Cool, no worries. Cool. All right, so time is up now.
Oh,
but yep.
Just one more question, if that's right.
Yeah, go
So,
ahead. Don't worry.
After this, how soon until we get the demo of the upload to EC2 and the all that stuff, the packaging?
What day is today? Today is
Wednesday,
this is
the
Wednesday,
6th of
right?
March.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, this is saying Mar, so I was confused because I didn't know if it meant martes, which means Tuesday in Spanish. So it's 2nd of March. Okay. Yeah. So today's Wednesday. Next Monday I will run it. So 4 days from now, or 5 days. 5 days from today.
Lovely.
Yeah, I will show you how to set up everything, the RDS, the EC2 instance, how to log into your EC2 instance, and how to upload files to your EC2 instance.
Because I kept running mine and kept spamming it, I have run out of free tier
No.
S3 stuff.
Damn.
So I got a build today. So that was fun. Just handing money over to AWS for nothing.
Sorry to hear that. Don't worry about uploading like tons of images. Just as long as you know that it's working, you can stop at that point.
Yeah, I've commented out that particular bit in my code for the time being.
Good idea. Okay, but yeah, don't worry. I've been repeating a lot since like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Don't worry a lot about getting like 1,000 or 2,000 samples. As long as you know that it's working, that will be enough. Because then this type of problem can happen. You can either get a bill from AWS, or maybe the website that you're trying to scrape is going to detect that you're a bot, and then you are going to have troubles. You will have to, let's say, create a workaround through a CAPTCHA, which is something that we don't encourage. So yeah, try to keep it simple. Don't overthink it too much. And yeah, it will be a pleasure if you send me your code and I can just take a look at it in case you want some feedback, something like that.
Yeah, you cloned my repository the other day. Have you had a chance?
Not yet. I have it in my agenda. Don't worry.
Nice. Good.
I have a few repos to take a look at.
I'm sure.
But yeah, don't worry. I will send some feedback to you as soon as possible. Cool. Any other question?
That was really helpful. Thanks, Adam.
All right. Thank you, guys. Just remember that next Monday I will show you how to upload everything to an EC2 instance. But in the meantime, just let me know if you have any question from the project so far. I mean, about the project of the concepts that we have covered so far. Cool. In that case, I'll leave you to it, and yeah, good luck with your project.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.